Minions have spawned. An ally has been slain. An enemy has left the game. Deicide. Smite!
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of the Rant Show. I am your host as always, ever so sexy and 7X Caro, and I actually want to talk about one thing in specific, not in specific, but very specific, that probably isn't going to, this isn't probably going to be too long of a vlog, but it's because of the one thing I do want to rant about, but this is something I've actually wanted to rant about for a while now, and that would have to be Steam. For those of you that do not know what I am talking about, Steam is a browser of sorts, or they don't want to call it an app because it's not on a phone, but it's like its own thing of sorts where that you can download on your computer, and you can actually purchase games through Steam that would normally cheaper than if you go to a store and buy a PC game from said store. So it's a different way where you can off the internet purchase games for your computer and just download them right there instead of worrying about going to a store, going somewhere else and paying more to buy the game, then bring it back and download it. I'm sure some of you out there have had Steam on your computer before, and I'm sure some of you have also noticed this. Unfortunately, due to there could be any number of reasons, but unfortunately, for now, let's just say, unfortunately, due to some issues between the developers of Steam and the video game companies themselves, certain games have not been allowed to appear on Steam, such as Dragon Age 2, 3, Inquisition, Mass Effect 2 and 3, I believe they're not on Steam either, and let's see, Sims 3, new Sims 4 that just came out, and I'm sure if I actually had time to think about it, I could have a big list right now. And the reason why some of, especially some of the more popular games now that are out there aren't on Steam are probably, I am sure, not on Steam for several reasons. Don't quote me on this. The only reason I kind of heard of that every Dragon Age game except for the first isn't up on Steam is because of an issue that Steam and BioWare had with each other with all the DLCs that was going to be coming out for the other Dragon Age games, and like somehow with them putting it on Steam and like the cost and all that, I'm not sure. That's just what I heard. There was some issue dealing with the DLCs that were going to come out for Dragon Age 2 and all that. And there was some type of issue with dealing with putting them on Steam. I think it was dealing with something with like the money that Steam would actually keep instead of BioWare getting, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, don't quote me on it. I know for at least Dragon Age 2 or 3, I think it was, that was the issue, is dealing with something with the DLCs, why, it wasn't allowed on Steam. But it's issues like that why a lot of the popular games anyway haven't been allowed on Steam, and this is an issue for me because I love Steam. I use it anytime I can. I got Red Alert 3 off of there. I got this tycoon game called Game Developer. I got all the Roller Coaster Tycoon games off of there. I use Steam a lot, especially when they have their sales, because then you can get some really good games for dirt cheap, and it's friggin' fantastic. So if any of you have never heard of Steam, I'm sure you can find it on Google. Look them up, download their thing, because trust me, you'll save a lot of money getting games off of there instead of going to game store. That'll probably save you time too, especially depending on the internet you have. But yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of games that have not been or are not going to be up on Steam. And this is my issue because, like I said, I like using Steam. My brothers like using Steam. A lot of people I know like using Steam. And yeah, that only averages up to maybe 20 people that I know that use Steam. But that's just 20 people. I am almost willing to bet dollars to donuts that there are thousands of more people out there that like using Steam and would like to see other games come up or be available on Steam, like Sims 4, like the other Mass Effect games and Dragon Age games. Because believe it or not, even though some of these games have been out for a while, if news reached their ears that these games finally are available on Steam, Steam and BioWare and them would still be making a lot of the money because yes, even after 4 or 5 years later, these games still are very popular. I mean, hell, Red Alert 3 has been out since, oh crap, I can't even remember, but it's been a while and people are still buying the game where they can find it and playing it, especially yours truly. So even with a lot of the games that have been out for a while that weren't available for Steam, and somehow Steam were able to finally get them up on Steam, people would still be buying them, Steam would still make their money, the game developers would still make their money, and I honestly, I don't want to say I don't understand the real issue of why some game developers out there won't let Steam have their games on their on their browser, or whatever you want to call it. I don't understand why. I mean, that Steam, from what I understand, don't quote me on it, but from what I understand, still has a very large fan base. A lot of people still use it. And yes, on Steam, certain PC games might be $5, $10 cheaper than they would be if you went to the store and bought them. So people are spending less money on Steam than they would at the store. So yes, the game developers might make less money, but you got to get the word out on your game. Some people out there, believe it or not, don't like going to the store every 5 minutes to pick up a game. Having a browser like Steam makes things simpler. And you'd still be making your money, or at least a half-decent chunk of change, if you allow Steam to produce your games, or have them on your browser. Sorry, I don't know what else to call it. Someone's calling it a browser. But Steam, the game developers should be making your money if you just let Steam do it. From what I understand, they still have a very large fan base, and yes, Steam might sell your game for a little cheaper, but you'd still be making your money, it'd still be money in your pocket, and more word to get out about your game. Your game would become more popular. I don't want to understand what some of the big issues are of why Steam isn't allowed to produce some of these games. I don't know if it's a money thing, where they might be asking for too much of the profit, or if it's a technical issue, which I don't think it is. Because don't quote me on it, but I believe that I'm sure some of you are aware of some of the bugs that Dragon Age Origins still has, especially with the epilogue and several others. From what I understand, if you download Dragon Age Origins off of Steam, they are one of the only people, because 360 hasn't done it, and no one else has, to the best of my knowledge, has never fixed those bugs, and that game has been out for how long? From what I understand, don't quote me on it, but this is from what I heard, that Steam was the only game, it was the only people that actually fixed all the bugs on the game. So like all the all the right epilogues show up, depending on what story you choose, and everything else. But yeah, getting off a raw subject, but I mean, if someone could comment below and give me a clear reason on why some of these big name games ain't coming up on Steam, I mean, make me better understand why they're not, I'd appreciate it. But from where I stand, and from frankly not doing much research, but I know I didn't do much research on this, like, you know, finding out why these games are not up on Steam. But but from my standpoint right now, like I said, not doing much research, but from being a video game fan's point of view, I don't see what the big issue is with like with why a lot of the game developers aren't letting their games be up on Steam. Like, I don't see it. Like I said, I heard with Dragon Age 2 and 3 at least, one of the main issues is something dealing with the DLCs. And them going up on Steam. That's what I heard. I'm not sure on the full details, but I heard it dealt with that. But I mean, even some of the games that have been out for a while that are still aren't up on Steam, I'd like to see on Steam. And the game developers and Steam is still making their money, but for some reason they're still not allowing them up there. I don't see it. I don't know why. Like I said, I'm pretty sure if I did my research, I could at least find out why some of them aren't up there. And I'm not saying I would agree with them of why they aren't putting them up on there, but you know, I at least know why. But I still wanted to talk about this, even though I didn't do a lot of quote-unquote research, because I just, from a video game fanatic standpoint of view, there are games, and I'm sure others feel this way too, especially if you read a lot of the reviews about Steam and all that. And a lot of other video game fanatics out there too just want Steam to have more games. We'd like to see the game developers out there allow Steam to, you know, put up more of the games on their system. So that, you know, game fanatics like myself, like I said, who actually still use Steam can play their games, can play their favorite games, and you know, it might not be as much as they might not be as, you know, expensive as they would be in the store, so you might be making a little less money, but you know, game developers are still making their money. Word will spread about their games, and more people will be buying them, and more people will be buying them. I would like to see, like I said, I don't understand exactly why they're not letting certain games be up on Steam, but I would like to see more games start coming up on Steam, and even games that have been out a while to start coming up on Steam. Like I said, like Dragon Age 2 and 3, and you know, like Sims 4, Sims 3, all those big name games, and even some of the not so big name games. I would like to start seeing come up on Steam, whether it just came out yesterday or it came out 5 years ago. But I can't think of any other way I actually wanted to put that. But that's what I wanted to talk about. So in short, I would just really like to see more games start to come up on Steam. Some that have been out for a while, and some that are just coming out. I don't even know if Fallout 4 is going to be on Steam. I don't think it is. Someone will quote me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. But yeah, I just would really like to see, and not just me, several hundreds of thousands of other people who still use Steam would like to see this too, for more of the popular games to start coming out on Steam, and not just the ones that are coming out now, but the ones that have been out for like 4+ years. So Steam, BioWare, Bethesda, people get with it. And please let Steam start distributing more of your games. That's actually all I wanted to talk about, believe it or not. This coming Wednesday, because when you see this video, it'll be Monday. This coming Wednesday will actually be day my teaser trailer for Anime USA goes up. For those of you that did not know, I did go to Anime USA. I had a blast. There's a few hiccups here and there, but otherwise, you know, me and my friends had a fantastic time. If none of you have ever heard of this convention, this anime convention before, please check them out. Consider going next year. This is a really awesome con. I've enjoyed both times I've went there so far. This was my second year going back. It is a really awesome time. And like I said, you know, following my con vlog schedule, the teaser, and then every vlog will be coming out every Wednesday. So this Wednesday my teaser will be coming up. Then next Wednesday will be my first vlog. The Wednesday after that will be my second, so on and so forth. So I hope you look forward to that. But yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to rant about. I'll talk to you later. As always, peace, love, and chicken grease. 04 out, and I'll talk to all my crew, you people, you peeps, later. Peace.